The second try the shampoo on my.
Hello.
Okay, 1 3 hours.
Test.
Already top page.
Go ahead.
Okay, so mana my date ni? I'm supposed to be having a date tonight. I think she's a little bit late. Aduh. Oh, baru sampai.
Okay lah. Dua. Hello.
Apa khabar?
Thank you. Oh, Madu, so nice. Thank you. Wow.
Traffic jam ke?
Such a gentleman.
Oh, thank you.
Kita tak tarik my kursi tau.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
tak apa.
Waiting. I think you waited for about 45 minutes kan?
Itulah, traffic jam ke?
It's okay. Thank you for having me. It's very nice.
Good to see you again, Selina.
We've been trying to plan for this date for a long time.
Ayo, sorry lambat.
Siapa ni?
Alamak. Apa khabar, Sharon? Lupa cancel. Duduklah dulu. Lepas tu kita story.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
Who's she?
This is my other date.
Ada?
So malam ni kita double date.
Double nice ni.
Double date, okay je.
Hello, what's going on? Anyway, good evening everyone. So welcome to Sound Slippers. So today we have Sharon as my other partner in crime, and we have Dr. Azhar with us today, and we are going to cover on social etiquette, and hopefully we're going to have a little bit of fun. I don't know how you guys interpret social etiquette. There's so many ways of doing it, but let's sort of start off with what you guys think of social etiquette. For a start, you don't have 2 dates.
Yes.
I think that's pretty certain. Kenapa tak cancel?
I can have 4.
Actually, at the same time, technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, betul. So, what is social etiquette? Maybe I can start with my partner in crime first. Yeah. What do you think what is social etiquette to you?
For me, I mean, I grew up in an environment where my grandmother works for the British, so it's a lot to do with dining experience. So I grew up with, having to make sure that social etiquette is about making sure that you have the correct spoon, correct knife, like for example, a fish knife. Fish, the knife's for you, fish. And then you have the meat knife, right? But again, is all this necessary? Sometimes makan lah, right? You have to, like spoon, soup spoon. I was told that you have to eat like the spoon has to go this way, right? Away from you. So, but Chinese always don't like to push things the other way. We always want to keep the wealth to ourselves, right? But why this way?
Bad feng shui, is it?
Yeah. All the money will go to you, must come to me, right?
Really different kind of
But you did some classes in social etiquette. Why the soup thing?
So that's just to stop the soup from dripping on your clothing. So when you scoop it away, it has a bit of a journey to travel, so it's going to drip back onto your plate. rather than if you scoop from you, and more likely if you come closer to
It's
your mouth,
so clumsy, right?
it will likely drip. And that's all it is.
Okay.
So you can continue scooping and dripping on your baju. No problem.
All right. Yeah, so for me, it's very much from the dining experience, and because I grew up in that kind of environment, so I'm a bit more conscious about how people behave in the dining table, right? I've gone for dates where the person opposite will just sit down and then they will just put the phone on
On the plate.
the plate. It's like,
Side plate.
on the side plate. Wow, so important, the phone, right? So you have things like this, and I think that, phone should be banned from dinners.
Yes.
Yeah?
Bad.
What about you?
Okay, wait, so nanti before I got to introduce why is Dr. Azhar here? Okay.
Oh yeah, why?
Why? You heard, alright, apart from him, setting up wrong dates and all that, the reason why is I think I've met Azhar a while ago, very well traveled, right, across the world, and I think it's important that there are different cultures for, different behaviors, basically. So I think you're the perfect person to, explain to us why, just like the spoon, and what do people do in different countries, from social, business, dining, when paktor also, right? When there's certain man, women kind of etiquette to behavior, so we want to, find out more. That's why
And
we
he
invited
knew
you.
exactly how to, hold the chair, put the chair for the lady, which we don't see a lot these days.
Do you open door for your date?
Yes, that's a very normal thing abroad. Yeah, but not in Malaysia.
Okay.
Malaysia, no.
There's few guys that still do that, but generally, Tyler, well, let's ask. Do you open the door for your girlfriend? Good boy. Good boy.
Don't ask Eric, you know the answer.
No, it's okay. so these are some examples. Anyway, what is your thoughts about social etiquette?
It's about understanding what's acceptable, not acceptable in that particular country. And we are all brought up differently. So what's normal in Malaysia might not be normal in another country. Thinking back, what was the first hard lesson in a way is the habit with bila sesama. And in Malaysia, it's okay to do that, right? In England, no. Really big no. You must blow your nose. And I remember...
That's horrible. They blow their nose right in front of everybody. I couldn't take it.
Exactly. For us, it's gross. For them, that's normal. And what we do with is really gross to them. So I remember I kena marah in class. So I went there for A-level already. So in school, this teacher really shouted at me. He was so
Why
annoyed.
you just blow your nose?
That's exactly what he said. He said, why don't you just blow your nose?
Instead of
No
tahan-tahan.
wonder they blow the nose all the time. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because that's how they're taught. And then they don't even use tissue. They blow into a handkerchief and then put it back in their pocket, which is even double gross. But that's just the culture. So you have to adapt and really look around how it's done, because I think we discussed this earlier. There's not really a school. How do you behave? What is acceptable, not acceptable? Because as we grow up, we just pick it up, and the same for them, the angmo, like that as well. So you have to be very observant. I mean, another funny one in Germany, for birthday at the office, you bring your own birthday cake.
Oh, okay.
So you don't wait.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not that the team or other people buy the birthday cake for you. It's your birthday, you bring the birthday cake.
Right.
Oh,
So I find that
for everybody.
for everybody.
Okay.
My birthday, I have to buy my own birthday.
Do they bring gifts?
No, you just need to buy birthday
No,
cake.
but when they
Oh,
know,
do they?
do they
No.
bring gifts?
No.
Oh, okay. This
Also
comes to
no.
another question, like, you know, if you're invited for a dinner, do you bring something or you just go?
Oh, here? No,
Yeah.
No, here people don't practice it. Not necessarily. I just want to say a quick hi to Chris. Thanks for joining us, and Sealing as well. Sealing is asking whether there's any real makan. Well, you'll find out soon enough.
Yes. Wait till the end.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta watch till the end because we're trying to get Eric to serve us something. We'll see whether it happens. But thank you for joining us, and keep your comments coming. If there's any questions you want to ask any one of us or ourselves, please feel free. So I want to jump into, it is a really nice setup that Sharon has put today, because we are going to cover some dining etiquette. She's the expert.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Learn from
compared to
grandma.
us.
Definitely.
So just before we touch on dining etiquette, I just want a quick question. Is it still relevant today? All this pasal etiquette?
Yeah.
If you ask the Choobs, the young ones, they find all these fish. What's that to fish
This
knife?
is, I think, the first time that even fish saw a fish knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it relevant?
I personally, I think it's okay to eat whatever way you want to, but then of course it's good to know about it so that when you are you are invited to a dining environment like this, you tak jakun and say, hey, you know, what do I do with this, you know, and things like that. So at least the knowledge is good to have. But is it really necessary? I don't know. Makan sajalah kan.
Yeah, maybe a bit less these days,
Yeah.
whether it's necessary, but if you're invited to a dining event where most of it are mat saleh, for example.
Yeah,
then-
show some finesse lah.
Yeah, you want to be able to to be able to fit in and
Yes.
not look awkward that you
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing and trying to wait until, is it my left, is it my right?
Selena will wait for the person next to her and then to start so that she knows which
I
one
tak
to
tahu, I
start.
just ikut only
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And then after that, the other person will be waiting for her as well.
So nobody start.
Yeah. We have a quick comment from Rosmawati Awang. Is your niece?
Yes, that's right.
She said, that's my uncle. Thanks for joining us. You can
Hello, uncle. Thanks for
Hi,
being here,
Kakak.
uncle.
Okay, Kakak is with us as well, and we have Izam as well. Michelin star setup.
Oh, thank
Thanks to
you.
Sharon. Keep your comments coming. You can ask anything.
Yes.
You can ask pasal dating, siapa nak bayar bill, apa-apa pun boleh. I've got a lot of questions for you as well, because I don't know the answer. Right? So, personally, I think, yes, it is a lot of fuss, but I think social etiquette has a place. It's just so that we can all coexist. You know, it's all a shared space, kan?
Yep.
So if you know a little bit of the basics, I think there's absolutely no harm. But it is a bit of effort to pick it up. I think in office, you know, to survive in an office environment, adalah sikit-sikit etiquette, right? We may not call it etiquette, but I think we all
A bit
practice
of
it.
mannerism.
Yeah, we all practice it every day. Like what you said about masuk lift, you know.
Yep.
If you suddenly see your CEO in the lift, it's okay. You can always just, he's human, right? You can always just wish him good morning.
Close
Yeah,
the lift.
close the lift.
No eye contact, no eye contact.
No eye contact, go out.
You can just wish him good morning.
Yeah.
And I think
He's human after all.
Yeah, he's human and appreciates it, right? So,
Yeah.
hi Prema, thanks
Hi,
for joining
Prema.
us. Yeah. So, I think it's perfectly okay to pick up a few tips and
Yeah.
points.
But even if you get it wrong, I think it's okay. It's not, you know, you don't have to feel horrible for taking the wrong spoon, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I think today, nobody's
Use
going to
the
afford to.
napkin, kan?
Yes, we start with the napkin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you see, this is such a beautiful napkin.
No,
And I
usually the waiter would basically place the napkin
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
They do it for you.
In an atas restaurant, but our restaurant not very atas.
Yeah, but
so we do outside.
You know, our waiter, you know who is he lah, no?
The one that I don't know, what happens when the napkin falls to the floor?
The waiter picks it up.
Oh, okay.
Here comes the waiter. Wow. Ew, a nicely dressed waiter.
I'm scared. Oh, usually you have to fold into a triangle.
Okay.
And then you put and then you let
Touch the. Yeah, don't touch. Yes.
I'm okay. Mine is okay, no need. Thank you very much.
So anyway,
To the restaurant manager.
I think if you drop it, technically, if it's a restaurant, they would see it and they'll pick it up and change it for you.
Yes.
They shouldn't pick it up the floor and put it back.
Okay,
They
okay.
will give you a new one.
A new
I
one.
think most of the time they
Most of the time I just
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get going, and I think one of the ones that we're gonna start with is dining.
Yeah.
So Sharon, take it away.
So when you see a setting like this, I think you don't have to feel intimidated. It's very simple. The rule is very simple. It's always from outside in, right? So when you see this, you know that, okay, soup, there will be soup served. So soup, right? And then Selena was saying the reason why they scoop it away, right? So that it doesn't drip. So of course you don't go,
No sound, right?
yeah, and then you don't go.
So this is how it is. It's not accepted.
In dining, I think, but then it's in Japan,
You're expected to,
you
right?
have to slurp your noodles, right? So
Yeah.
that's why it's different in different cultures. So it's good to understand it, right?
Okay, let me understand this. So everything on the left, this is mine, yeah? Because you know what? I know people always take my side plan, right? Because you might think this is my stuff here. So your side plate is always on your left.
Yes, it's always on your left. Yes, your side plate is always on
And
your
this
left.
is my glass on my right. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So if I ordered a starter, which is a soup or a salad, I will just take either one. If I have a salad,
If you
I will take from the outside,
in this
right?
setting, you see there's a soup, okay, which means there will be soup served.
Yeah.
If there is then the next starter, you know, sometimes
gonna
you
be
have the
fish,
soup and then
right?
you have a cold dish,
Yeah.
which is going to be the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So when you finish this one, the waiter is supposed to take away the soup plate, right? So when the
You can we finish our first course.
So usually you don't ask somebody to come and clear the plate because they're supposed to.
Automatically.
Yes.
Sing it.
And according to my mom, is always on the left, right?
Yes.
From the left.
You're supposed to come from the left. Yes. So, which means you would have another starter, which is the fish. If you did not order the fish, you're not going to have the fish set.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to set it for you. Yeah. This one, I mean, Azaha has prepared a dinner, which is soup, 4-course dinner, soup, the fish, and then, of course, you have the meat, right? So the meat knife is usually a bit more sharper. And ta-da!
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris mentioned this scene looks like Mr. Bean when the waiter came. Inside the bun. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so we started with our starter.
Okay, the waiter is supposed to also take away the soup spoon, right? I mean, we're supposed to leave the soup spoon on in the bowl.
Okay.
Okay, then we finish the second one, and then after that, you will have your main course, which is the meat, right? So when this is done, then the waiter will clear all this, and then they will bring another plate, which is for the dessert. So the spoon on top here, the two spoons here, okay, are for the desserts.
The dessert.
Yeah. So the desserts are usually like a pudding, so you need to have the spoon and the fork. Yeah. And of course, if in a setting where they serve wine and things like that, you will have a whole bunch of glasses here. You have the white, the red has got different type of glasses. Then after that, coffee comes. Then you would basically choose either you want a coffee or you want a tea, and then it comes with different cups. So you have to make sure you use the correct cups, because the tea cup and the coffee cups are different.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that one I didn't know.
Yes. Yeah, it's different.
What's the difference?
The tea cup is a bit bigger. Okay.
The mouth is usually
it's
round.
Yeah, it's usually round, and the coffee cup is a bit like an espresso cup. Yeah.
Okay.
That's from the English side. The English side. I don't know about the Americans, because they are always with the Americano, right? It's like this tall.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I think English, they don't drink so much coffee.
Just after meals. After meals, they probably have a short
Espresso.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Sean who just joined us. Hi, Sean. Okay, so we covered starter and main course.
Yeah, I think we're done with meals.
Finish.
Yeah.
Waiter forgot to clear.
Yeah,
Again.
it's
This
okay.
waiter a bit like
Cannot.
waiter.
Cannot pakai lah, this waiter. It's okay. Change.
We gotta change our.
And then even if like from Chinese setting, you would realize there's always 2 pairs of chopsticks. Have you seen those with 2 pairs of chopstick?
No.
You're not. There's 2 pairs of chopstick. There's usually a black one and a lighter color one. So the black chopstick is for you to pick the food.
Oh.
He said that. Macam happy this waiter.
Waiter dari kopitiam.
Nanti jangan bagi tips ya. Yeah, definitely no tipping for this waiter.
So talking about the chopstick, the black one is for you to pick the food into your plate.
The common chopstick.
Yes.
Okay,
Then
okay.
the other one is
It's
for
for
you
eating.
to eat. So a lot of times people get mixed up. I forget sometimes. It's like which one did I use?
Yeah, the common.
Yes.
I think the other etiquette as well. I mean, if you're served your own food, it's very simple. But quite often we eat, especially Chinese meal, we have that shared. All the dishes.
Yes.
There's certain etiquette that when you scoop that common spoon, and that you also pick the piece that's closest to you.
Yes.
Not, I want.
I want the chicken wing.
I want that. So, sometimes you don't see that being this, right? But usually you just pick. If I don't like breast meat and the breast meat is all facing me, ambil je lah.
Yes.
Okay.
In the Malay makan environment.
They're more relaxed. They are when it comes to the dishes that you share, that one can be a bit complicated because you eat with your hand. Right?
Yeah.
So therefore your hand is a little bit dirty. So therefore you're supposed to use your left hand, but then you're not so great with it. So sometimes the planting juga. And in my family, we're not too fast if you use your hand to
Within family, right?
yeah. And sometimes I forget and I do it outside, and I think I need to be more aware that other people might not.
But in a formal environment where Malay food is served, usually it will be with fork and spoon, right?
Yes.
Right.
Also, yeah. So sometimes wedding is still fork and spoon.
Right.
But the older ones, if they want to use their hand, normally still okay.
Okay, and then they will put the, what do you call it?
The air.
Yes, to clean the hands.
To clean the hands.
We have Celie was saying this is a very high class environment.
Except for the waiter.
I also don't know. We tried. We won't dress up. What to do? So we take what we can.
didn't have the budget for it.
A bit lucky, sorry. But what about charm now? So can you charm? Explain on that. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
there's no charm. I don't think we can order a charm in this kind of restaurant.
You can say one tea and one coffee, please.
Yeah, then you own self, your own concoction. Oh, okay, interesting question, Celine. Kope udang how? Or eat crab?
In this kind of environment, I mean, there is a crab knife that has got like a little claw at the end
yes,
to
that's right.
pick the crab.
But you would think that they would be prepared in such a way that
Yeah, they will give you the correct, yes.
uncut it from the thing, from the shell,
Yeah.
I think. But in an environment where it's not so high end, let's say you're in a Chinese restaurant or you're with friends, is it acceptable to use your hand? Quite often, look, I love my prawns. I love my prawn heads.
Yeah, you use your hands, right?
It's very hard for me to leave behind because of, being, trying to be like proper. But I want to eat that. Yeah. Right?
Grab it.
Yeah. Is it acceptable if you're in an office dinner? No, right?
In Malaysia, I think okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your own team, but with management?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
I've taken
Yeah.
foreigners to China, our local seafood restaurant, and then they were like, it's basically eye opener for them. The guy put the crab inside the plastic bag and then go. Whoa, this is effective.
I think it's in a
Yeah.
informal dinner.
Yes.
I think it's okay, but sometimes in a formal, I feel really like I feel I have to behave a certain way. So therefore, I have
As
to
a host, also you need to
udang,
think as well that maybe you don't want to.
make it so.
Yeah, if you want to serve udang, that's why usually in this kind of environment, it's always the prawn cocktails.
Yeah,
No.
you blend it accordingly that it's all easy
Yeah.
to eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick question. So udang, see how lah, but generally,
Malay.
enjoy.
Just eat lah.
If you're like me, I just hantam the prawn.
I think these days people don't care that much. People won't judge you based on
She
how you
eats the
eat.
shell. I do too. If it's very deep fried, I eat the shell too, all together. Even
Put
the echo.
calcium.
Even the echo. If it's very deep fried,
Really?
right? In Burmese, my late dad has just one rule for us when it comes to Malaysian dining. If you're not at home, you don't get greedy, even if the food is sedap gila.
True.
Yeah,
That's manners.
I mean, sometimes you want to eat more, but we have to consider, especially if it's a table of 10. You know the portion is that much. You kind of agak-agak, you can only take one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you sekali take 3-4 pieces, you know someone's not going to get their share. So this one is just pandai-pandai lah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in Malay, you never take the last piece. So there's always the last piece left behind.
It's okay if you say anybody wants
Yes,
that. I
yes.
think we got to break that
Yeah.
kind of thing. In Chinese also sometimes that everyone will give take lah,
Yes.
So it's I think it's okay to say. Would anyone like to, if no, finish it. I would gladly say, go on, right?
Yeah.
That's that malu-malu,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take another one. I got from Sean. I got a friend can eat crab with chopstick and very nicely cleaned up. Wow. Later, I'll give you a secret what Sharon uses her chopsticks for. We're gonna stay tuned. You don't want to miss it, right?
That's
She's gonna show. It's show and tell,
We
right?
recorded.
Yeah. And Farida mentioned that Prima, your dad is wise. It's simple to do etiquette. Being lojo is cannot lah, right? So we got to have our proper mannerism. Okay, so dining, I think
Sudah kenyang.
there is a lot more to say. Feel free to keep coming, your comments, we'll take it along the way. We're going to move a little bit to, not serious, but business etiquette, like business environment. So it could be office, it could be, anything from business related, email, texting, how you talk to, your friends in the, in the office. What do you think, Asa, in terms of like what are the few sort of your like minimal,
Minimal.
etiquette that you expect from your fellow colleagues so that you can be in this co-working space that, makes everyone comfortable?
Yeah. Okay.
Basic lah, few basic. There's many, right?
Yeah, many. Maybe I'll choose a few, 2 or 3. First one, probably about dressing. What's appropriate? I think yes, triggered by our waiter.
Yeah, our waiter needs to be our,
So what's acceptable in terms of dressing? And particularly now, we have different generations, and the level of acceptable is different.
Yeah.
And depends on who are the majority in the office and what
culture.
importantly, I suppose, who's your boss. You need to be aware what are the acceptable.
Isn't now with this new gen thing, I see a lot of companies as basically adopting the casual dress code. Yeah, everybody is in jeans and t-shirts. And is that acceptable in your environment?
It depends on the industry. It depends on the industry. Is it acceptable, not acceptable? And then what does jeans t-shirt mean? Yes. An old jeans, koyak-koyak acceptable?
The koyak-koyak not old, no? If new, they purposely buy it koyak-koyak, right?
New koyak-koyak, yeah. Is that acceptable? And then tight t-shirt, is that acceptable?
Was it the t-shirt have collar? There's no rules.
There's no rules like that. Yeah. So for me, I find it very difficult when people say smart casual. What does smart casual mean?
Exactly. Yes. How do you interpret smart casual these days, right?
It's really tough. So I prefer if they say, okay,
formal,
smart or casual.
Smart. My torn jeans is smart.
So that's a tough one. And again, what we said before, kena pandai-pandai lah.
Depends who you're going to meet, right?
Yeah, depends who you're going to meet. Are you meeting a client today? What's the impression you're trying to give?
Yeah.
Kena pandai-pandai lah.
Yeah, but then if, let's say you feel that you pandai-pandai, okay, I'm going to see a client, a serious meeting, so I get suited up. Then after that, the client is in torn jeans. So you're going to feel like,
we try to mirror our clients
how do
and
you,
the environment, and I think sometimes clients get a bit intimidated kalau you selalu pakai suit, and then he's in the industry, and then I think you should be able to change.
So how do you find out that?
I think
The secretary,
some of the research.
boss pakai.
No lah, I think some of the research that we do before we meet a client, right? Or you look at his profile, you can just sort of guess as much as you can, but that's best guess basis, right? But in those days when I was in the hotel, it doesn't matter who you're going to see. You have to wear your suit.
Okay.
Even if you walk, I have all my clients, I have to suit up with my heels, whether you like it or not. That's the standard. And I would see the tauke, and he's so somber. Then he's like, wow, you can see like, okay, you're a bit formal. But now I think times has changed a bit. You can mirror and make your client feel more comfortable, right? So dress down a little bit. You don't always have to be all suited up. But on the date, definitely. This is attire for a proper date, or I can't even say double date. This is one, forgot to cancel date.
Yeah, again, for me, it's better to be overdressed rather than underdressed. Overdressed, okay lah, a bit awkward, but you're not the one underdressed. Underdressed makes me feel very uncomfortable.
I got one question for you for business. I know you were covering. So, quite often we get invited to big meetings. Ramai lah, let's say 20 people. So, do you masuk je and then sit down and keep quiet? And I don't know half of the people so many times, right? Big organizations especially. So I go in there, I don't really know everybody. So should I just take my seat? Or should I introduce myself? Everyone looks busy. Meeting belum start.
Okay.
I find that so awkward.
Yeah, depends actually. Depends how much time you have. So let's say if it's already 2 minutes before the meeting's supposed to start, yeah, no time. Everyone already in the zone to start the meeting.
If there's no seats available, but there's one seat very close to the boss, and you know how we all take the seat kat belakang-belakang, right?
Yeah.
Taken that there's one kosong seat. Should I take the kosong seat, which I know I'm not entitled to sit nowhere, or should I just go behind instead?
I would take the seat next to the boss.
Oh,
Promotion time.
Because you are late and that's the seat available.
Okay.
So therefore, just be brave
and then if
sit
somebody
next to the
else,
boss.
if somebody else then come in and is higher ranking, you would get up and offer.
If there is no other seat,
Yeah.
yes.
So you pandai-pandai again, like you
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
it should
for my
be.
seat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
There's an hierarchy in terms of
Yes,
a boardroom
definitely.
sitting is like
Kind of.
by the
actually.
importance.
Yes. Tend to be the one closer to the boss in terms of the ranking are nearer to him.
Okay. I
I
would
would
think
say.
that, I mean, it depends on the boss, right? If that boss wants that kind of hierarchy, you know the kind of character that he wants, that kind of, that level, right? There are some which wants to break that hierarchy, then he would basically go sit among the staff, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So quick feedback from Farida is, I'm old-fashioned. Jeans is no-go at work because there's no stopping. The shade of how worn out it is. How it is kan? Then an exception would be if the industry you're in, if you're a very creative industry, maybe you can get away with it. I rasa jeans is an American influence kan. I don't know. Now there's so many influence, I cannot keep track already. Koyak lah, or all that kind of thing. And Sean said, fine dine susah lah. Serving portion too small. Leave half prawn. And still need to use fork and knife, pretend to cut. After dinner, I go mama store Maggi soup curry one, please. I cannot disagree with you. To Tansha, we are always hungry after that. So that's the fancy thing, right?
Yeah.
So good point. I think that's some of the things that we struggle. What other business? I have so many emails.
I think email.
Yeah.
Email, WhatsApp, that's a
That's a big
problem
topic,
at the
right?
moment.
Oh yeah.
About is it acceptable to send email, WhatsApp after working hours at the weekend?
Is it?
No.
Yes.
But you don't have to read it. You don't have to respond. It's just my time that I have that time that I'm sending you the email,
I
right?
get a lot of people saying you don't have to read it.
Correct.
I'm just sending you. You read when you. I still feel.
Yeah, people feel obligated. Once they see it's in their inbox, they see the WhatsApp
Especially if it's my boss.
notification, So they feel obliged, they need to read it, and then even if they don't reply, they start thinking about it. So therefore, for me, don't do it, please.
Really.
Yeah.
I used to send emails at 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Sharon, don't do it. It gave me high blood pressure. Honestly.
But again, it's also depending on the environment because we were in a 24 hours medical assistance environment, right?
That's
That's me. And my staff knows that, she's just going to send emails 3, 4 o'clock. It's okay. So they will respond the next day and things like that. It's fine. So again, it has to go with I guess the general rule is you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
then
have to
when
respect
you're-
people's private time.
when you're traveling abroad, then the time zone get a bit mixed up and all that. So those are, for me, also a sensible
Consideration.
time.
I will draft all my emails in the plane. Those days in the plane got no
And then you
Wi-Fi,
just
right?
shoot.
So I draft everything. So the minute I land, like email diarrhea.
So they go, oh no, she's landed.
Hi Lina, just a quick call to Lina just joined us, Lina Ali. And hi Lina. Yeah, quick comment from Darren. Jeans are usually acceptable on Friday. Is that the same if you're in the West or where to UK? Dr. Elsa used to be. Is that acceptable?
That Friday, I use it dress down
Yeah.
Friday. Yep.
Yeah. Prema says, I've always had one rule for email for my teams. Speak to the person first before sending an email to confirm the conversation.
Okay.
Prema, people don't pick up the phone anymore.
True.
Everyone hides behind the screen of the keyboard. Nobody picks up the phone anymore. That's my take, I think. If everyone talked a bit more, we will have way less miscommunication. And I don't think we need as many emails as well. Sometimes the email ding dong,
Yeah.
really, you look at the trail, it's so
It's like 10 emails.
yeah, right?
Yes.
Nowadays, Sharon says you can schedule when the email goes out. Sharon?
Schedule it.
Schedule it.
I forget. I have to do it immediately, otherwise I forget.
You need to see Dr.
No, you can do the delay.
Yeah.
There's a delay function.
Tak faham kot.
Yeah,
But anyway, nowadays I don't send emails anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I lost my job then.
Okay, so Prema also added, just sending an email without an earlier conversation, guess what happens? Some stuff is lost in translation. And she also continues to say, no emails to be sent out apabila marah. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah, just step back. Right?
Not just email.
You will regret.
Don't say anything when you are. Yeah.
Not just business, personal
Yes.
too, right?
Yes.
When you're angry, just don't
Just have
text.
to
Okay,
calm down.
so we got some indicator. We'll just continue, but we've got some interesting things happening soon. And yeah, so I think business environment banyak lagi lah, kan? But we just have to be very careful of how we just have to be considerate, because in an office environment, very senang, upset people, right?
Yeah.
Without, like you said, you just want to send. I don't expect you to
Yeah.
reply. But I won't read it that way. I'm like, if you don't want me to read, then why send now? Send later.
Because this is the time that I
Then what about
draft.
So
tells you to read it.
yeah.
I do put in a footnote and say it's okay. You don't have to respond. Get back to me
But if
on
it's your
Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, if you say
Right?
that you can answer me later, I
Yeah.
think that's fair. But I've had on the other end where
Of course, there are bosses from hell that say,
Friday you send it to me.
if
at
I
6
can work
o'clock.
this hour, so can you, kind
Yeah.
of boss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard some people, their boss call them at 11 at night. Call, not text.
Yeah.
Call.
Okay, hi Azri. Thanks for joining us. And if you join us, good time as well. Something's gonna happen soon. Lena mentioned I send people email late at night because of my timing, but I always thought that they would read it the next morning. When I send LI connection she also sends LI connection middle of the night too.
I think it's okay.
You're just
Yeah.
inviting friendship, right? So
Yeah, you can
people
send email to me. It's okay.
Yeah, night bird. Okay, so we're gonna move on to I think the waiter. Our waiter has disappeared.
Yeah.
We've not had any dessert, nothing.
Don't
so,
bother hiring that waiter anymore.
Yeah, I think.
Talking about meals, right? So in the office environment, let's say you say, okay, let's go out for lunch, right? A few people going out for lunch. Who pays?
I think biasa one Dutch lah.
Yeah, biasa Dutch.
Okay.
Unless your boss suka sangat belanja, but generally I think even if you head the team, you're not obligated to keep picking up the bill.
So if
Everyone
your
should
boss goes out lunch with you, do you expect your boss to pay?
I think some people do.
No, me no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think if you are going out with your boss, you should offer. I mean, even if he stays, it's okay, I pay. But you should. I think not just boss, in any, even friends, I think everyone should offer to pay.
True.
Yeah.
What about dates?
Who
How
pays?
about
If
you
we're
have
on a date,
I pay for both of you.
well, you have to in this occasion because we would murder you if we
have a
didn't.
choice.
You don't have a choice. But is it okay if it's Dutch? Would you be upset?
on a date,
Yeah. So a guy asks you out, but when the bill comes,
and then when the bill comes, what does the
He's-
guy do? Is like
he's just say it's 100 each.
The guy says.
Yeah. So you korek lah your purse.
oh
It happens. There are guys. So
any feedback? Is it okay? Is it wrong for a guy to ask to go Dutch on a date? I mean, I don't really know you. I want to see you. I want to go out with you, but
Cheapo.
why? Am I being a cheapo if I expect Dutch, or am I obligated to pay for the lady?
I'm old-fashioned. I mean, if the guy asks me out, the guy pays.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Guy pay?
Yeah.
I wonder what the younger generation, might get some feedback. Tyler, who pays?
Tyler always
At
pays.
least, let's say assume first date. First date, at least the guy.
First date, guy still pays. Tyler says.
Who picks the venue?
Guy.
I think usually the guy should set up.
You plan. Guy plans everything. Unless lady says, I can't make it to this place, then you adjust, right?
Yeah, I want to go to Lafitte.
Asri asked if we are at a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
It's 5.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
If dates,
It's silver.
okay, he also adds that if dates depend on culture, some prefer to pay for themselves, some has expectation that man has to pay. So Lina says first date not okay lah. So
Yeah, exactly right.
yeah. Kalau mamak store, Chris adds, kalau mamak store, Omuni takkan go Dutch.
You'll be
don't know,
surprised.
some
You'll be
guys,
surprised. Yes.
You never
Yes.
know. I still, I'm
Would you when you go out on a date, right? You pick a restaurant and then you allow the lady to order whatever. I mean, when you look at the menu, it's like, oh my God, don't order the
You like,
Yeah.
hopefully the
yes, don't
janganlah order
this.
the lobster.
yes. Would you?
Normally, if you have social etiquette, in my opinion, the lady also know not to go
order the
crazy.
expensive.
Right?
If she orders the
Yeah.
most expensive thing on the menu, you know already lah.
Exactly.
I had one real experience. Okay, this guy
Uh-huh.
asked me out. We went out for dinner. Very nice Thai restaurant, and I was looking at the menu and things like that. And then he said, "You know, this place I've been here. The fried bee hoon is really good." I'm like, "Let's have." Then he says, "Let's have the fried bee hoon." He closed the menu. I'm like, "Huh?"
Okay, stay on this frame. I am going to.
Hey, where's the flowers going?
I need the waiter to come over in a
Oh,
minute to serve our dessert.
Lobster.
Um,
Okay, is it correct?
no, that's not
No?
a way to call a waiter.
Then how? Oh wait.
Oh God.
Yes. But
Oh.
in Japanese restaurant you can do this, right?
Oh, really?
Yes,
I
you can do
don't
this.
know.
Yes.
Okay,
How
we are
would you call
Japanese
for a
tonight.
waiter? Definitely not what we've just experienced.
Lang dai.
Chit, chit, chit. Hey, Myla, come lah, faster. So this is our little dessert and the surprise, and then we're gonna talk about the etiquette that our waiter is going to serve us. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay. If you could only smell. Wow. Okay. Yeah, go from the side.
Jia Hong is so gonna kill me tomorrow.
Wow.
I think this is the first, durian served in a fine dining
yeah.
restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Yes.
can't find it anyway. So I have a comment. Darren says the one who invites pay. If girls ask, then the girl pay low. Gender equality, ma. Well, I guess girls can pay as well. It doesn't really matter. So Kuti says dinner he pays, dessert girl can offer to pay. That's what I tell my daughters. I think that's very nice
Yes,
gesture, and
yes.
that's I think that's very nice, and the guy will appreciate it, right? If a girl says, "Can I buy you dessert?" Okay, can.
yeah. Thank you.
Feels nice, right?
Yeah.
Feels quite equal, right? Asri says dating culture in Netherlands, Germany, Euro countries prefer to pay separately. Asian and Hispanic culture usually dictates that men would be the one who pays.
Okay.
That's nice to know.
That's true.
And yeah, okay. So what are we doing here with this, Sharon? So how do you eat durian? Can we eat durian in a fine dining restaurant?
Where's my chopstick?
Chopstick, chopstick.
I really need to send you to etiquette class. Sharon Tan. Got etiquette class here or not? Ada. Oh.
You
Enroll lah.
Oh,
Ah.
Um,
Look at that.
okay, so we've never actually had durian in. I don't know of anyone having fine dining and being served durian in its shell.
In its shell.
And I think it's
nice,
fantastic, right?
Yes.
So how this came about is I was chatting to Asaf. We said, "Oh, we must go makan durian." He said, "Oh, bring some." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Let's see how we're gonna eat this the proper way." So tell us, how do you eat your chopstick? Oh, your waiter is here.
This is a much better waiter.
Okay.
They have improved.
So usually you go to your mama and you will eat with your gloves or no gloves.
I have it.
Oh, okay.
You are late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Your waiter gives you this. with-
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I can tip him lah.
So easily, please. Jeez. Okay. So one is whether we eat durian with the gloves, no gloves at if you go to SS2,
No
gloves
gloves.
or
No
gloves?
No
gloves.
gloves.
Okay, so we are
Gloves-
the no
Gloves
no
is
gloves.
bad for the environment.
Yeah. He uses gloves,
Yes.
Eric. Yeah.
He uses many gloves.
Yeah.
So I stopped asking him to go and eat durian.
He's killing turtles.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he doesn't like anything messy or dirty. So okay, so we're gonna have this literally now in this environment, which I don't think anyone has done it before.
Never. Durian can never set foot in a 5-star.
Yes,
Environment.
cannot even bring it in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so kita serve dulu. How do we serve?
Well. Ya lantak lah. It's
Macam mana
durian.
ni?
It's very nice
Dengan
this durian.
chopstick yang
May I
ter.
serve you?
Yes, please.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
do
are
it.
we using fork and
We
Whichever.
we can use the different method. Okay.
Because with
No
social
close up.
etiquette is really about what environment you're in, right? Takkan
So-
lah tepi jalan eat with fork and spoon.
Okay. So you're using your
I'm
dessert.
using my spoon.
Okay.
I learned this from one of my team.
Was she watching?
Oh, balance.
I don't know whether she's watching, but Catherine, this is for you.
Okay, go for it. Don't roll off.
Durian kind of tastes different when you're eating it
I think
from
chopstick
an environment like
makes
this, right?
sense, right? Chopsticks make sense. I'm gonna eat it the other way,
Actually,
just
with
with
durian.
dessert spoon, but I will take some
We need
out.
to send this clip to Sieng or
Yeah. So I think I would
Jealous tak?
prefer eating it with my dessert spoon and fork and take a little bit off and like this lah. I scared this one roll onto my
Onto
Baju.
your baju. Less,
Oh, God,
less
it's so good.
ladylike.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the durian,
Thank you for durian.
Mazaha.
Mm.
Thank you for the date.
Okay. So the other is it okay to pick it up in a restaurant if they serve?
In a restaurant,
Yeah, pick up with your hands and just makan lah.
I think for the restaurant to serve durian, it would be an environment that you can use your hands.
Right? It
Like
should be
eating the crab
acceptable.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I quite like eating it like this though. But when it comes to
We're
close,
starting a new trend now.
Yes.
but when it's
Eating
close
with
to the
style,
seat,
right?
then a bit sayang lah. Cannot like
Yeah. Cannot clean it out, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
this is nice durian.
Yes.
I don't know. This is not just a show. He's
Yeah.
really enjoying it, right?
He's
I think
really
he's gonna
crazy
go
about
for-
durian.
This
It's
is-
really
Yeah.
good.
This is
We're just
really
gonna continue the show and let those people watch us eat this nice
Okay.
durian,
good. Yeah,
right?
you guys carry on. I'm gonna take a couple of questions. I believe you
Upper
eat
bangsa.
durians with the
This
dessert
one,
fork,
butter cake.
Azri. Yeah, I think just the fork alone may be a bit of a struggle, so I'm using my fork and my spoon to pick it up. Works perfectly. Azri, I'm sorry, Eric you will never catch. The last time he wore a tuxedo was probably his wedding. That also, I'm not sure. You got to check with him whether he was in a tuxedo in his or bow tie. Lena, oh my God, I would have finished the durian by now. Me, hands the roast, right? I know. But today we are Michelin star, so we do the Michelin way.
Fine dining, Lina.
Yes.
You know, guys, if we are operating a restaurant, I think, why not do this? This is a perfect.
So Malaysian,
Okay,
right?
I would probably
Yeah.
try to pair this with something. I don't know what.
They have the durian pancake.
With
Pair it with
dark
something.
chocolate.
Oh. Tuang.
I had a cake, a dark chocolate cake with a layer of durian.
Oh, there
It
you go.
was so good.
And I don't know about the smell. People will get upset, but hey, we're all Malaysians. You're not happy. You don't have to go into that restaurant. But you know what? Having this in the centerpiece is
It's
just
nice.
right.
Hmm.
Okay, so at the
I
rate
can
you all are
actually
going 30
still-
minutes for
Yeah,
one
you can
ulas.
still clean the ulas.
I think people saying that we're taking far too long for one ulas, but we're making
This
good
is
things
fine dining
last.
style, right?
Yeah. And less sugar then?
Yeah, we're enjoying it,
Yeah.
savoring every spoonful.
See, it's clean.
He say, looks like, is this the Musang King, Azria?
Butter King.
Butter, this is the Butter King or the
Yeah,
Musang
this
King?
is a Butter King.
It's really good.
Like
yeah.
butter.
Pick up with the hands. I'll be licking the plate clean. Chris says.
I give you my plate.
Actually, yeah, we would. If the cameras is off, I'm telling you after this, we would, right? Okay, we are almost, we just got a couple of minutes left. Keep your comments
Is it
coming
okay to
before-
eat like this?
I think so. Because
Both hands?
who's going to judge? I won't judge you, Sharon. I know you look ridiculous, but you can try. Go ahead. Well, have it on camera as well.
That's a trick. I know where you're going for.
Okay, one question here from Azri. Guys, what are your pet peeves during dining? Things other people do during eating that is kind of annoying. Oh, I've got so many.
This.
Apa ni?
Yeah.
Can be wrongly. I think the chewing. That got sound effect.
And eating with your
Be on
knife.
knife.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I got this. Yeah, this chewing, loud chewing, and when you don't close your mouth,
And the chomot all over the place. So how do you
Talking while your mouth full.
some
Yeah,
people
food comes
tend
down.
to leave food on their mouth, right? They don't have the habit to clean
Why?
their mouth every time they eat, right? So how do you tell that person is like
Wipe your mouth. Terus. It's really hard because, especially business luncheon or whatever, you just have to ignore it. I can't say anything.
But you cannot stop staring.
Yes, I can't unsee that piece of durian there, right?
Oh, ada kau.
You're good. You're good. So yeah, those are the few. I cannot tahan those that chew without their mouth closed. Yeah, agree, Chris. Cannot lah. Cannot. Not acceptable. What other pet peeves? I think there's a lot of little small, like now, mobile phones.
yes.
Guys, I'm guilty, but don't lah. Put away lah. It is nice. This hour has been really nice. Even if we weren't in camera, to just put away.
Yeah.
And just talk to each other without checking. And it doesn't matter whether you have your this, because when you do this, it's still the same. Your watch.
And then sometimes they take the phone call. They go, oh,
Yeah.
You can hear them.
Stretch further until you fall over.
no.
Yeah. I mean, if you really have an important, sometimes we are
You
on
excuse
call,
yourself.
You know,
right?
like
Just
if
go lah.
doctors or whatever you do, you might be on call. Then just walk
Excuse
away
yourself,
to take your call. I
And
think
people
that's
don't
fine.
know how to excuse themselves, right? You say,
Yeah.
hey, come back, auntie.
Don't worry.
Say, sorry, I need to take this call. Excuse myself, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think we have covered quite a fair bit, which is nice, you know. A bit of about etiquette.
You can continue as a
Jangan malu-malu,
Yeah.
ambil
I
je.
know. I know you can.
Ini
You
betul
can.
ke just?
Tangan. Now we go ala, right? The way
Yeah,
we
whichever
like
way you
to.
want it to be.
Okay, so we are almost done. I'm gonna take this last. I hate seeing people use toothpick korek in front of people.
Oh yeah.
Stealing. I know.
Yeah, me too.
I think we all can, or some culture it's okay, but
And
these are the
and
tissue.
those people like to hold the chopstick, the
Toothpick.
toothpick. It's like
Yeah, right. The habit lah.
Yeah.
That's
Gigit
all the
lah.
habit
Ah.
we get.
Habit.
So we are going to finish our durian. I know you're dying too,
Yes.
and I think the team is also going to help us finish it. So that's all we have.
You too slow, auntie.
Because I'm talking too much and you're just
Yeah,
eating.
I finished already.
So we got a whole durian to complete. It's been fun. Thanks,
Yes.
Sharon. Thanks.
Thank
Asa,
you.
for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank
Being a
you.
perfect date. Next time, don't forget to cancel.
Yeah.
But it's not okay
Which
lah.
one to cancel?
Next time we
Ah.
set up.
Ah.
Next time we set up a
Besar
few
pula.
more tables and do a private dining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we did a private dining, with all like
Durians.
I don't know.
Fine.
Maybe durian.
Durian fine dining party.
Yeah. Would you come? Would you join us? Let us know.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have.
Thank
Any
you.
last advice, etiquette?
Last advice: when you eat durian, just enjoy.
Yes.
Jangan malu-malu, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank
Until the
you.
next time.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Smell, right?
Yeah. It's weird, but actually you can clean it quite well.
Yes. Yeah. What? Are we still on?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no. Are you letting it run?
Bye bye again.
The kids.
Okay, you guys